Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to my channel. Well, we are less than a month away from the coronation, and it is steeped in controversy, chaos, just a terrible state of affairs, right from beginning to end. The biggest question on everybody's lips right now, which is ridiculous in my opinion, is oh my gosh, are Meghan and Harry going to show up? We don't know yet. They haven't confirmed their invitation. They haven't RSVP'd. Everybody thinks, of course, they're holding out because they've got demands. They want a balcony appearance. They want to roll in the coronation. They want special recognition for Archie because it's his 4th birthday. They also want him to have a role. They want the children on the balcony. They've got a list of demands. Well, I tell you, you're in no position to make these demands. And all this is doing is showing Charles' weakness. He wants everybody to like him. He doesn't want to upset Meghan and Harry. Now, here's the thing, because, people are saying, well, if he doesn't give in to them, it's going to look bad. His second son not allowed on the balcony, and this and that and the other. And and if the demands aren't met, of course, Meghan and Harry can use that as, they're racist, they don't like us, they're shutting us out, and look at how badly we were treated. Nobody, not even Charles, seems to remember that this coronation is not just a personal event, not a family event. It is a constitutional, religious, basic element of the monarchy and the monarchy's role in Britain's society and government. It's a big deal. Meghan and Harry are no longer working royals. Meghan and Harry are living in another country. They have no role in the coronation other than perhaps being a guest. And they certainly don't have really any leverage in saying, we want this or we want that. Yeah, they can go ahead and complain about it on Netflix or on her new series of podcasts. They can, make a big stink about it. But the more they complain, the worse it's getting for them. Their reputation is sinking. Now, see, in Harry and Meghan idea, their association with the royal family is the only currency they have left. Whether it's good and they're included and they're in part of the pomp and ceremony, or they're not. If they're discluded, banned, and shunned, that's currency too. Publicity's publicity, whether it's good or bad. Same with opinion. They don't care, really, as long as the money keeps rolling in. And if things don't go their way and the demands aren't met, they can play the victim. They can keep crowing on, and people will buy the stories. So, either way, it's a win-win for Meghan and Harry, but the king just looks worse and worse and worse. They don't know if they're going to arrive. The palace is in a twist. Nobody knows what to do. In my opinion, as king, he has never understood his mother's tenet of never explain, never complain. You're the king, you're the monarch. You can do and say what you please, and you really don't have to answer to anybody. If indeed Meghan and Harry have caused them this much heartache and this much frustration and this much anger and pain, just say to hell with it. You don't even have the respect of us to to RSVP your coming on an event that takes months to plan, down to the precision, down to the minute, and you're not even going to do. Sorry, you're out. There's no place for you. And if they show up, sorry. You know what? No place for you. You blew it. Remember at the remembrance service where they were all supposed to arrive by the bus, the extended members of the royal family, and Meghan and Harry made sure that they were late so that they didn't have to come on the bus, and they got a private car and their own arrival. No, no. If they do show up this time, and they do come, and they're told you're on the shuttle bus, and they refuse to get on it or dither, and to make sure they're late, hoping that they'll get a private car in their own entrance. Sorry, no car for you. You blew it. You're late. This thing's planned to the minute. We're not making exceptions for you anymore. They actually have to pull a hard line with Harry and Meghan, which is something that the Palace has never done. Something that Charles has never done. And it absolutely has to be done. As far as Meghan and Harry go, this should no longer be a controversy. The Palace should make a statement. You know what? They haven't responded. We can hold up plans no longer. Oopsie, you're missing out. Absolutely, that should be done. Now, but Meghan and Harry's appearance or non-appearance is not the only controversy surrounding the coronation. This one is huge, and this is down to Charles himself. The coronation, as we know, is presided over by the Archbishop of Canterbury and other archbishops and other high-level Christian leaders from the Church of England, because the main theme around the coronation is the religious aspect to it. Charles will be anointed by the Archbishop as the head of the Church of England. It's not just a constitutional role. It's not just an adjunct to the government of the day. The monarch is also the head of the church in a Christian country. Now, I know people have said, oh, things have changed. When the Queen had her coronation, Britain was primarily Anglican Church of England population. Now with immigration, there's a lot of mixed, there's a lot of represented religions in Britain. It's not just solely a Christian country, a Christian ethic. But here's the rub. The monarchy, as an institution, as a tradition, is a Christian institution. He is head of a Christian church. That is his role as monarch. That you can't change. To change that would require changing the whole constitution of the British government as well, changing the complete role of the monarch. In effect, negating the role the monarch has in the government, in the church, in society, making it irrelevant. Making it irrelevant. And this is what is going to happen if this is allowed to go ahead. Charles wants to change the order of service to reflect an inclusion by other religions as part of the coronation ceremony. Now, that goes against church teachings. If you're the head of a Christian church, you don't bring in a Muslim to preach to your flock. If you're the head of a Jewish synagogue, you don't bring in a Hindu to provide the service. It's just simple. Religions are exclusive. That's why we have different religions. Yes, you can be tolerant. Yes, you can be inclusive to a degree, but on a strictly Christian religious ceremony that is tied to the government and the way of life and the Constitution and the tradition of Britain, you can't change that. Charles's problem is he wants everybody to like him. He had said years ago, because part of the oath is that he would be defender of the faith. That faith is the Christian Anglican Church of England, which he not only represents, but is the head of, leader of the faith. Charles wants to be, or defender of the faith. Charles wants to be defender of faiths. Well, I'm sorry, sir, you cannot be the head of every religion. You cannot be the mouthpiece for every religion. You cannot be the representative for every religion. You are the leader of the Church of England, and that's that. And if you don't want to be that, and if you can't accept that, then you shouldn't take the oath. And if there's this much around it, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who is a bit of a controversial figure anyway, but are these church leaders going to be in all conscience able to administer an oath to a monarch who does not take the tenets of the church seriously? That's a moral question for you. Charles can't do it. It's looking really bad for the monarchy. It's going to put a stain on the monarchy. The Queen would never have let this happen. She understood her role. Charles doesn't understand his role. He thinks it can be whatever he wants it to be. Not so. Yeah, he's got a lot of freedom, a lot of power, a lot of influence, but there are some strict things he's got to adhere to as monarch. And this whole controversy over the order of service and inclusion of other faiths is, if this goes the way Charles wants it, and if the order of service is changed to reflect inclusion, if other faith leaders are allowed to participate in the service, this undermines the monarchy. This is like a big Jenga game, and that's just one brick pulled out to weaken the monarchy. Charles is a weak king. His actions are weakening the monarchy, and it's not looking good. Not looking good. He's losing respect. The monarchy will lose respect. England as a whole will lose respect. Everything's in disarray. Everything's in disarray. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Please leave me a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.